So the next time that you go to a farmer's market, the grocery store, whatever, where you need to get your stuff, Eric Stromer, I want you to buy a dozen lemons. Just
okay,
buy,
I'm going to get them.
Add that to your list. I think you probably already do, because I know you love,
I love the
lemons. But have you considered this now to be your summer centerpiece?
You know, I use a fruit bowl.
Okay.
As a centerpiece sometimes.
And you put the fruit in the bowl.
Put the fruit in the bowl, but I don't put the peaches in. No way. You know why?
Because of the gnats. We don't like that.
No. You got me last week. You know, you reminded me last week. You said gnats, and then I looked
and you started
a couple of days later, and all of a sudden there's some fruit gnats, and I'm like, what the heck? So guess where they are now? The peaches.
Where?
Refrigerator.
Okay, good. No gnats.
No.
Anyway, let's talk about some fun. Oh, by the way, that's Eric Stromer, and I'm Cindy Dole, and you're listening to Home Wizards. And we have some ideas for some fun, colorful summer centerpieces that you can use for just you, for your family, for people coming over to visit, for whether you're entertaining or not. I mean, for instance, let's say that you were to get, and I hope you have one of these, it's a square glass vessel. Like it would.
I have one.
You have one.
I do.
I think you have plants in one right now, maybe.
I do.
Okay. So next time when the plants aren't in there, or I'll have to get you another one, but they're very inexpensive. You can find these at Michael's.
Yeah.
And just like we always say, you've got to have a hurricane vase.
You do. If you don't have one, you better get one.
Because it's all about seasonal decor. You're going to use that as your tool for things, but you also want to get one of these square vases, and they stand about maybe, 6 inches tall, right? And florists use this trick all the time. But imagine now filling that with sliced lemon and lime slices.
Yum.
Floating with water.
Almost looks like that spa water, you know, what they put when you get the massage, they have that delicious water.
But you're not going to drink this. This is just for your centerpiece. And the beauty of it is...
I might drink it, though.
You might. But then now you're going to put flowers in the middle.
Oh, I probably won't drink it then.
See, so the idea is you would slice the lemon or lime slices, all the way in here. Yeah. And here's the other thing you could do. You could put inside, because we do this a lot with the hurricane vases, you put a vase in a vase.
Oh, the old double vase.
The double vase.
Yeah.
So one trick you could do is
because then you can do water on one layer that's either colored, or you're layering your lemons there, and then what's on the vase.
And then now
inside.
you have another vase inside, an inexpensive, tall, cylinder-type vase to hold your flowers in its own special water.
That's beautiful. That's taking it to the next. See,
Roses.
That's what you do. You take it to the next level.
We take it to the
Most people
streets.
just have one vase. You do the vase in a vase.
We love it.
I love it.
So next time you're out at these arts and crafts stores, you want to make sure you have a hurricane vase, make sure you have one of these square vases, and then you can play with them. They have very inexpensively small vases that will fit inside. And this
I remember you did one with the jelly beans.
We did the jelly. That was for Easter. So seasonally you change it out. So now for this hurricane vase again, now you're going to use that for the standard candle. But imagine on the table you have just beautiful bell peppers and tomatoes. That is your centerpiece.
Delicious.
So you have the hurricane vase, a candle inside, and then just surrounding this. You just kind of throw it. Just came from my garden.
I just did this.
I just happened to
You're
pick
just
this from the
dining
yard.
here, but this is a little fancy thing.
Just came from my yard. Look at that. It's beautiful.
I grow it myself. I live in a big farm in the country. That's me.
Don't be jealous.
No,
just because I'm a
just
great.
because I do it.
Just because I have a beautiful green thumb.
Yeah, and you have dead things in your table.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So here's another fun one: moss. I love the idea of getting some of that moss. You can buy it by the flat, right?
Is this the live stuff or the dry stuff?
Live moss that you would buy almost like if it were for a pond or for a ground cover. Scotch moss. There's a dozen different types of moss that you buy as a big square flat at the big box store, right?
Yeah.
But now you're going to cut it up, and you can use, especially if you have like a rectangular table, a long picnic table, you can get a rectangular planter and now put the moss inside that, and then surround it with just some gray river rocks, and just kind of looks.
That's pretty.
Very natural, very pretty, easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you notice these things. I don't care who you are, even if you're like some big macho dude. You notice this stuff. When you sit down and somebody has a beautiful centerpiece, it makes a difference. It just influences not only the way you feel, but probably even how the food's going to taste.
Completely.
Like if you're in a restaurant and the centerpiece is gorgeous, you're going to expect a better meal.
And you're going to Yelp about it. You're going to say,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
it was a great atmosphere,
Those 5
right?
stars.
Right?
I'll
How
go
about
back.
getting some old metal boxes and lunch pails and make some great vintage holders for your favorite indoor arrangements like white hydrangeas? These are blooming right now, and I think that they last at least a good week to 10 days. They're
That's
great.
key.
They're great cut flowers.
Yeah.
And then I love the ornamental cabbage.
Oh, I know. I do too. That's really cool stuff.
I'm not talking about the cabbage you eat, but this is the
No.
cabbage that's for your garden, and it makes for a great centerpiece because it lasts for a while. And so, it kind of has like that flowering area, even though there aren't blooms, but like the leaves have all these veining and like greens and sometimes cream and maybe purples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unorthodox and unusual, but exotic and strangely alluring.
Very.
You know something's coming out of the kitchen. It's going to be fantastic if that's a centerpiece, right?
Yeah.
You know what else I love? What's trending?
What's that?
Like just the colored waters with simple flowers, even if it's just like a white carnation or something. You've got a lovely little, glass vase that's clear.
With food coloring,
A
right?
little bit of food coloring. Sometimes it even sucks up into the flower and changes the color of the flower. But
That's
it's a really simple, easy thing to do.
That's the St. Patty's Day trick. That's
Yep.
how they get those green carnations, right?
No, remember we were in Vegas, we walked into that lobby and there was like, different color sunflowers. It was like, what the heck is going on?
Very
here? And then
creative.
you realize that's what happened.
Very clever. I love that. And so you could basically get the colors of the rainbow, right? And just
Sure.
have maybe, and again, put on your shopping list. Not only do you want to make sure you get a hurricane vase, because this is part of your go-to stash of supplies. You want to have a hurricane vase and then a vase that fits inside it, the square vase and a vase that fits inside it. And then I would love you to get 5 or 6 tabletop or vases that are just, the size of a votive candle vase. And that's going to come in handy year round. And so for that, you could fill with the colored water. Maybe a red, a blue,
yeah.
a green,
There you
a
go.
yellow, and then put a little white daisy in each of them.
Done.
How cute is that?
Professional.
See? And especially for those of you who are dating right now, they're going to go, whoa.
Wow, he really
This
must
guy,
love me.
or this gal is a
this guy's
keeper.
on it.
They have got their game on.
Yeah. Of course I'll marry you. Kidding me? Why didn't you ask sooner?
Now, something else that's very, very easy to do, and it's everywhere because succulents are all the rage. It's these little colorful cacti. They're the little miniature ones that
It
have.
almost looks like fake flowers that are on top.
They
They're like
almost
with the little
do.
red crown of the flower on top of the cactus. Gorgeous.
Yeah. And of course you have to get the little Mickey Mouse ear cactus.
Yeah.
But why not make your own little desert scape? And you would get like a dish size kind of a bowl, very low to the ground, because again, it's going to be at the dining table, so you have a conversation. But you have this very shallow, low, no more than maybe an inch or 2 deep that you fill with the soil. And then you put these little cacti that are in pinks and reds and yellow. They have a little tough ball on top. You've seen them.
I have.
They're at the hardware stores.
I actually buy them.
Do you? Yeah.
All the time I buy those. I love them.
So, but to group together a whole like a rainbow collection, and you fill this shallow bowl, it has a great impact.
Now, don't forget you want to use your cactus soil.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't just
Good
go
tip.
traditional soil. It's too moist, too wet. The roots will rot.
It
So
doesn't
you won't-
drain.
No, it doesn't.
Very, very good tip. Yeah, because a lot of times you'll get all excited and then you'll get disappointed that it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Again, there's so many different creative things that you can do. How about creating a beach scene in a bottle? An oversized like lab beaker that you might have in the garage, or let's
Back
say,
from when you were a mad scientist.
or maybe it's a mason jar.
It might be.
But you would get some sand, and you can find sandware, nice white sand, at like the arts and crafts stores, or where else?
It's called play sand.
Okay, play sand. And then so you just do a layer, almost like you're making a tiramisu dessert.
Yeah.
You put white sand, then you can get some dark black sand that looks almost like volcanic rock, then little teeny tiny pebbles, then larger pebbles, and that's it. And then you just put that in the center.
Guess what?
You got a beach in a bottle.
Nope. Guess what?
What?
They sell beakers on Amazon. I just looked at it.
Oh, my
You can
gosh.
buy them in sets, and they're really cool. They've got the little lab numbers on them.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be so cute to fill with plants or flowers or colored water. Amazing.
Love it. Okay, beakers. We'll
There
get
you
them.
go.
Think about complementary cues as well. So who would know that pink and red and white look great together? So think about that next time for your
Pink, red, and white.
centerpiece.
Okay. All right.
Sounds a little different, right?
Yeah.
But it's very fresh. It kind of makes you think of strawberries and peppermint ice cream. It's that kind of a thing. But now you're going to use tall white vases. Those white glass vases that are kind of, from the 20s. They're very vintagey.
Yeah, exactly. I know those. Yeah.
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 Now back to the sand thing again. This is another fun decor idea for your tabletop, especially if you're having, let's say you're having lobster and shrimp that people are eating outside, a kind of a beach celebration. Have a few of the hurricane vases, fill those with sand about maybe 3 inches up, and then put a fat white candle inside.
Oh, yeah.
And then just have those lined across, and then maybe some starfish. Just kind of lay that on the table.
Yes,
Instant beach.
yes, I will marry you. That's what that says to me.
Anyway, we have some more ideas for you because what? We love to improve your home and improve your life. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, you're listening to Home Wizards.
But if you close your eyes, does it